Want to master Jasper reports from beginner to advanced? You are in the right place. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the full Jasper reports tutorial series. In today's video, let's fix that how we can remove duplicated table in Jasper Soft Studio. First, let's see the output. As you can see, we have table component. In this table, we have 10 records. Okay. Then we have a next page. As you can see, the table is repeatedly displaying on this page. We have second table with the same records. Then we have the third table. After that, we have duplicated tables. So today, let's fix that how we can remove duplicated tables in Jasper Soft Studio. So before implementing that how we can remove duplicated tables in Jasper Soft Studio, let's explain a dataset. A dataset is a collection source of information. It may be database, it may be Excel file, XML, JSON, or it may be normal Java object. So every Jasper reports has one main dataset, and it also has 0 or many sub datasets. Okay? But later in this video series, we want to explain dataset in more details. So to fix that issue, select this main report. We have query editor and dataset. Just click on that. As you can see, we have normal query that can select all the records from the employee table. For example, if we have 10 records on the employee table, this can execute 10 times. Okay? If we have 20 records on that table, this can execute 20 times. That means the detail band can execute 20 times, or if we have 100 records, this can execute 100 times. Okay? To fix that issue, we want to write a simple query. For example, select, for example, 1 as dummy. So now this detail band can execute only once. Okay, just click on that. Thereafter, we have this table. This has another sub data set. Let's see that. As you can see, we have normal SQL query that can select all the records from the employee table. So there is no need to change this query because actually we want to fetch all the records from the employee table and we want to display that record on the table. Okay, let's click on that. So let's preview that to see the result. As you can see, now we don't have any repeated tables. Okay, we have only one table here, and the data comes from the sub data set. Here, as you can see here, we have the main report. In the main report, we have main dataset. And here, we specified this simple query to execute the main dataset only once. Okay? After that, we have table component and we have sub dataset. The sub dataset gets all the data from the employees table. If we have 10 records in the employee table, that query can get all the records. And if we have 100 records on that table, that query can get all the records from that table. Okay? Now, the issue is fixed. There is no problem. So, as we mentioned that every Jasper report has one main data set and it may have 0 or multiple sub data sets. The main dataset controls the report execution. It determines how many times the report band, especially the detail band, are processed. The subdataset is an independent dataset used by the components such as the table component, chart, list, and crosstab. Each component retrieves its own data from its own subdataset. If the table component is placed in the detail band and the main dataset returns multiple records, the detail band is repeatedly once for every record. As the result, The table component is also executed once for every record, causing the same table to appear multiple times. For example, if we have main data set and we have this query that can get all the records from the employee table, and we have, for example, 100 records, detail band executes 100 times, table component executes 100 times, the same table is repeated 100 times. To fix that problem, the main dataset should return only one record. For example, select one as dummy. Now the detail band is executed only once, so the table component is also executed only once. The important point is that the employee data is not coming from the main dataset. It is coming from the table subdata set. The main data set simply provides the execution flow for the report, while the subdata set provides the data displayed inside the table. So, to avoid duplicate tables, use a main data set that returns a single records when the report contains only components such as a table. Put the actual query inside the table components subdata set. This allows the table to display all the records only once without being repeated. Remember, in our upcoming video sessions, we want to explain data set in more detail step by step. If you have any questions, you can write them in the comment. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos with friends. That is enough for today. Have a good day. See you in the next one.